In this video, I'm going to be redesigning Neil Young's album, Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere. I've been listening to this album for about 8 or 10 years now, and it's an absolute banger, and Down by the River is probably one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time. Let's get into it. So to start this process, I just created a mini little mood board, and some of this is the actual images I'm going to use. Like some of these are from Unsplash, and I kind of wanted to go with like a deserted type of nowhere thing, like play to that idea. These are just some of the images of Neil Young, and then this other stuff is just some kind of visual inspiration. I really liked in the original album how they use that pixelation effect, and I think I want to do something still with that, but change it up and make it a little bit more modern. All right, I think I want to set up some kind of grid so I can follow along with like the layout I want to do. Something like this might work because these are the usual ones I use, either a 20 column or a 32 column. In my mood board, I liked in one of the designs it had like those kind of OB strip type banner things on the side, and I think I still want to do something with that. I know I want to use this main image too, so maybe if I get this in here first, I can kind of better understand where I want to put everything, because I really like the forced perspective this image has. It's kind of like dynamic with the guitar coming out that way and nice and young, Neil Young, pun intended, I guess. I want to make sure though it's going to fit in a way that makes sense after I have some kind of strip on the side. Let's change this guide layout up a little bit. I think we'll do 5 columns. All right, and then we'll just adjust this to somewhere right there for now. Oops, let me lock these guides up. I hate that. If you don't lock the guides, you're always constantly moving them around. All right, I'm just gonna size this up to something like about there for now. And then just to kind of block this out, we'll put this strip right here. And obviously I'm using these guides as kind of like a layout, but I'm not gonna adhere to them like super specifically. So then I'm just gonna mask this image out. So let's get it so we see everything. Select subject. Hopefully we get a good selection. Honestly, awful. We're gonna have to probably go in and manually fix this up. Now what I'm gonna do is place this something. We want that top square area, I think, to use for like some typography. So I think I want to place this about there. So when we put some type in this lockup, he's kind of looking towards it, so it kind of directs your eye in the design. And we could even have this come out over on top. That could be cool. Right about there for now works out. Yeah, they use this like mosaic type effect. I thought it was pixelated, but it's more like a kind of like that one old painting of the park. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll throw it up, but I kind of want to do something with that still. But we want like this nowhere background in here, so I'm going to use one of these images I pulled. We'll put these both behind and scale them correctly and see which one we like more. Obviously this photo of him is black and white too, which I wasn't really thinking through. So we might have to do some kind of gradient map or something. Put that about there. Let's get this one. This one kind of is a little more dynamic. Maybe something like that. And then we got to figure out how to merge these two and make them feel cohesive, but also with this pixelation effect. What I think I'll do is filter, pixelate. I don't know if I want to do like a full pixelation or like that pointillized type thing. That's kind of cool, but something about it, I think the colors are a little weird. Let's try the normal pixelate. I like it, but it might be a little too much. I do kind of like that, but something feels off about it and I don't know why. I think I want to try instead of this is a blur with the gradient map. Let's do like a Gaussian blur, maybe even a motion blur like that, and throw in a gradient map. I think we need to mask it out. I'm trying to figure out the right strategy. I think a soft brush will work. Something like that. We're kind of onto something now. And I don't know if I like these colors though, so let's look through some of these gradient maps. Just kind of making this feel like Neil Young was like a 90s grunge artist, but I'm also kind of liking it. Just trying to experiment with this one a little bit. Let's look through some of these. Kind of almost want to reduce some of the motion blur on the face if that's possible. Maybe we can spotlight like some areas. That's kind of dope. And I think we can be a little bit more extreme with the areas that actually are motion blurred. Maybe something like that. One more right there. Gives it a little more depth, I think. All right, I'm liking that so far. That's why I like using these hue and saturation sliders sometimes. It's just I feel like a quicker way of getting the colors down that you want. I'm gonna go with the black like that. And then I also want to do, so for the type, I thought it'd be cool to do something like this. And then we'll put our type in there for the Neil Young. Don't want that. That's too playful of a font, I feel like. I think I want to do, I've been liking this lighter version of Fritz Quadrata, so it could be cool. Mixing it with like a sans serif or something. Okay. Maybe even, do we need all cap? What does it look like without? I really like that G. I don't like this E. I think I'm gonna stick with normal all caps. Bring the scale in a little bit like that. Stretch it out even a little bit taller. Give it a nice little border. Bring this in some more. I think we could maybe fit everything on here and that could be kind of cool. So I think on that side, I want to put like track list and stuff because this is like kind of all locked up right here. So we want to line this up into the middle with this align tool. I don't know. That's feeling a little off. Might be cleaner without that box. Move this image down a bit so we're not on that mountain. Spent quite a bit of time on that part, but get this ball moving still for video. Now over here, we will do this. Also, I don't know what's going on right there, but I have to fix that. Is that from this? I do like that green. Maybe we'll write stuff in that. I think I'm going to put this right here and then type stuff around it, which could be cool. So we'll line that up. Oh, that's not even centered. Now what I want to do here is actually place like track lists and stuff like this the other way, vertically. So I might just rotate this whole thing so I can do that. That was with the rotate tool with R. Here's how we'll do this. We'll use Dagular still and we'll go on regular and I think like a 10-point font. Just type this out real quick. All right, I got some of that typed out. Now I need to figure out how I want to do the layout. I think it'll be cool to have it tighter tracked, something like that. We'll have some other information too. So that'll go right there. And then we'll do some of the info like the record label and stuff like that to kind of fill this area. Let's do 12.8. Sometimes it's hard to focus on all these super small things when you're actually recording and designing live. I think that's the hardest part about these type of videos. I don't know if I like that though. I'm moving some of this stuff around. I don't know. I ended up not liking that kind of strip thing that we had going for us. So I'm going to try this out. I think something like this might work out a little bit better. Having the text and that's like a sticker type thing on top. I think I'm just going to tinker with it a little bit more and see where we get. This might be cool too. Something like this. Let's put this back on regular. I think I'm going to mess with some color up here too, and I think this might be it. Even though it's a lot more simple than the other layout, I think it's going to work. And then this is going to go on this color. Group this all up and align it to the center. I'm going to print this out to get some texture and then probably throw it in a final mock-up and see where we're at. But overall, I'm liking this and didn't go exactly as planned. But like I said with the other video in this series, I'm trying to keep this kind of organic and natural and show some of the creative process and how sometimes you get where you want, but it's not exactly a smooth road and the way you thought it'd turn out. So here's the final file. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I like some of the texture we got from the print, as well as I think it looks pretty good when we mocked it up in the situation in the record store. Thanks so much for watching. If you want the project file used in this video, you can check out the Patreon below. And if you want to check out the first episode in this series, watch this video right here. That's all for now. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Peace.